Hey guys, so today I want to talk to you guys about this survival necklace that I kind of made myself. I'll show it to you guys and we'll talk about what makes it kind of cool and functional and how it could potentially be life-saving in an emergency. So let's take a closer look. Alright, so let's talk about the necklace itself first. The necklace is made out of paracord and I did some double fisherman's knots on both ends. They're also called necklace knots as well, but what this allows you to do is adjust it to the length that you desire. So grabbing the strands beneath the knots, pulling those away, will cinch everything down, making this necklace much wider. Then grabbing the knots themselves, pulling them away, will cinch everything down, making it a lot tighter so you can adjust accordingly if you need. It's very handy. It's also incredibly strong. This is not going to go anywhere. This knot setup is used for bushcraft and survival and a lot of different applications as well. But for right now I'm using it for a necklace. Moving down, we've got a Mini Ferro-rod right here so I can make fires. I use the back side for striking right now, as you can see. And then this first guy right here is pretty cool. This is from Grim Workshops. It is essentially 3 large fishing hooks and 3 smaller fishing hooks, and they are surgical grade stainless steel, very strong, durable, they're going to last a long time. And Grim Workshop, if you're not familiar with this company, they make a lot of cool survival tools that are, pretty unique, and they can fit in dog chain styles, they can fit in your wallets, different kinds, different types. They got tons of cool stuff. I check them out. They have this black kind of retention system beneath the tools themselves. And it's kind of like a magnet and kind of like a sticky substance, but it's neither. It's really weird. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's like I said, it's kind of behaves like a magnet, but it's not a magnet. And let's see this hook. This hook is insanely sharp. It's very, very sharp, very strong. So I could use this for fishing, which is great. And then you just put it back in, and then I use my nail, kind of push it in there, and then it's secured. Okay, very cool. And if you look closely, the other ones, they're barely attached by just a tiny little piece of metal. I just haven't taken those off yet, but it was pretty easy. I took my knife and kind of pried it out, and then it just pops right off, and then you can just cinch them back in there easily. So very cool. You got fishing hooks if you need them. Looks pretty stylish, and then you can just secure the rubber border back around it, and then you're good to go. Okay, so the next one is also from Grim Workshops. This is a Cordage Maker. Okay, sounds crazy, but you're able to make cordage with this, and I'll show you how to do that right now. All right, so this is a cordage creator from Grim Workshops. Like I said, it does not come assembled like it is right now. You do have to put it together, but there's instructions. It's fairly simple. And on the inside of this, there is a razor. A sharp razor blade on the inside of this, and what this does basically is you take a 2-liter or even a smaller bottle, plastic bottle, but you can take this, and what you do is we're going to cut the end off, and then you insert this in there like so, and then once you start moving the bottle, it's going to be cutting off a nice thin slice of plastic material. You'll grab that, and then you'll start pulling, and it's going to start kind of spooling out plastic material as you're cutting along and spinning. You're gonna get tons and tons of strong plastic cordage. Now, why do you need cordage? Well, cordage is a very, very popular survival tool. It's pretty necessary for a lot of different things. It's kind of like how a knife has thousands of uses, so does cordage. Cordage is used for things from fishing to snares, from repairing clothing tears to hanging food over, fire, messing with shelter building, building stuff. Helping you boiling water, taking boiling hot water out of a fire. There's lots of different applications for cordage. And this is very strong cordage that you can make out of this. It's not some weak stuff. You can make some very strong cordage. And if you're a person that likes to just recycle in general, you can turn some trash into something useful. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a 2-liter or other, bottles of soda, trash, whatever, out in the woods in my entire life. I've seen countless. So whether you want to recycle your own, or if you found one like just out in nature, luckily, then you could use that, turn that into something more useful. So let's break this down and show you how this works, okay? All right, so first we're going to remove this guy right here. Okay, and then next we're going to cut off this part right here. There's actually a line that you can pretty much follow. You could use a knife or scissors. Scissors are apparently a little bit easier to make nice, smooth, straight cut. But you could use a knife if you had to. Alright, so I got this black mat for better contrast because I was having trouble seeing this myself. But, so what you're going to do is take the Cordage Maker. You're going to place it perpendicular in this little gap right here. Right there, that's where the blade is. You're going to place that inside the plastic. Okay. And then, once it's in there, you're just going to pull once it catches. And you're going to start turning the whole bottle with your other hand. Sometimes you might have to do it until you get the right bite. You turn it in. And just keep on turning. You're going to keep going until you get enough to grab onto. And it's just a matter of pulling and pulling and pulling. And you get the idea. So you'll keep going, going, going. Get as much as you want. Alright, so finished processing that cordage down. That's all that's left of the bottle. And now we're left with some very strong plastic cordage. And this stuff is, like I said, is super strong. I can pull this as hard as I can. And I'm not exactly a weak guy. I'm not the strongest guy, but this is not going anywhere. I've seen people on YouTube, survivalist Zachary Fowler, he made an entire bushcraft chair using just this cordage and wood that he's processed in the woods, and that's pretty awesome. I've seen from Grim Workshop's videos themselves pulling a truck, pulling some stuff with a truck using just this stuff. This stuff was very, very strong. I don't know if it's as strong as 550 cord, but it's still very strong stuff. And obviously, you could wrap as much times as you want to increase that strength, depending on what you're doing, lashing stuff, whatever. But that's very, very strong, and it's a nifty little tool to have. Recycling something that could be trash, turning into something useful. Okay, so let's move on to how to make this necklace. Alright, so I'm going to teach you guys how to tie the necklace knots up here. So how you can put this together for yourself if you wanted to. So I got the demo guy right here. So what you're going to do is, you got the two ends. You're going to bring them next to each other like so. And you're just going to find a spot you want to tie it off to. So you're basically going to do an overhand knot, which is very simple. Which it's literally just loop and pull through it. It's like one of the easiest knots there is. You probably already know how to do that. So what you do is you're doing that, but over another piece of cordage. So you're taking this, go around that other piece, and then through the working end, through the original piece, like an overhand knot. Okay, and that's it. And what that's going to do is going to slide through the other piece of cordage. So then what you're going to do is the same thing on this side. So pretty much an overhand over another piece of cordage. And there you go, that's it. Very, very strong knot. It's great for tying two ends together. And like I said, it's adjustable. Very handy. And then lastly, let's go outside and test out this Ferro-rod, and I'll show you guys how I handle it as well when making fires. Okay, so here's some birch bark that I kind of scraped a little bit to expose some more of those fine little pieces. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your Ferro-rod, move it down away from these guys, and what I like to do is kind of bundle all of this extra cordage right here, and then I'm going to push my thumb against it. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling the cordage with my other fingers and I'm pushing with my thumb. That's making it very, very tight and strong. Like this isn't going to go anywhere. For a small little guy, it's very, very stuck and it's in there. you don't want to be holding like this or any kind of weird way. So this is the best way that I found to really secure such a small ferro rod. All right, so you get that ferro rod secured there. You could actually use the edge of the Cordage Maker as a striker. I've done it before. Doesn't make the best sparks though, because it doesn't have a great, there's no great 90-degree kind of angle to really scrape off material. Plus it's stainless steel, and I think high carbon scrapes a little bit better. So I'm going to use my knife, my survival knife. I'm going to do a review on this guy in the future because this thing's amazing. It's the Mora Garberg Carbon, all black. And we're just going to come down and pinch. And we're just going to scrape and make some sparks. Well, that was almost gone. There we go. Oh. Okay. We can hold it up. Let those flames climb. It is a bit windy and rainy out today. It's not the greatest weather, but birch bark still burns very well even in damp conditions. So yeah, pretty cool that you can use that little guy as a fire starter. And let's go back inside and close up. Alright guys, so that's the necklace. Again, it comes with 6 backup fishing hooks if you need them. A cordage maker, making some very strong plastic cordage, lots of different uses. And it's got a ferro rod for making some fires in an emergency. Or for fun if you just want to mess around with small ferro rods for fires, get your practice going. And then again, it's got the knots for adjustability depending on your neck size or head size or just how tight or loose you want it to be. So, fun project. Could potentially save your life in an emergency situation, but other than that, fun little project to do. Might make one for my son, we'll see. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, if this video is helpful to you, please leave a comment or a like. It's really appreciated. And I will see you guys next time, okay? Stay safe. Bye-bye.